Happy April Fool's Day, WHS. This is Abbie Northrup.
And Bram Lieberman reporting for the Lobby Observer.
April is filled with amazing activities in the high school, from senior events to more in the fine arts department.
That's right, Abbie. As a reminder, we have spring break from April 21st to April 25th, with the Friday before, April 18th, being a half day. Before that comes along, we would like to highlight a big school and senior event right around the corner.
This Thursday at 7 p.m., the annual Senior Hypnotist Show is happening in the WHS auditorium. It's a great night full of laughs, and it's an opportunity to help support the senior class office in fundraising for Senior Ball.
For more on the subject, here's Grace Bridges interviewing Allison Wahlstrom, one of the class advisors for the class of 2025.
Thank you, Bram and Abbie. I'm Grace Bridges. I'm here with
Mrs. Wahlstrom.
So the Hypnotist Show is a big event, and what brings it coming back every year?
I think that personally, I have found it really fun and really funny. The hypnotist that we've had the last few years has been really great. He's really engaging. He's funny. You see your friends or for us, our students, doing some pretty funny things. I've seen students who are really quiet and reserved getting up there and doing a full-blown dance for like the entire audience. So I just think that it's just fun. It's just one of the events that have been fun throughout the years.
Yeah, and it's such a popular event. And is there any way students can get involved? And I know they can volunteer to be hypnotized. Is there any form they fill out? How do they?
So I think this year what they're doing is if you want to be hypnotized, you show up in your senior tie-dye shirt, and they usually reserve the first row or second row. And so then the hypnotist will invite people up who are interested. In years past, I think they've done sign-ups. I think this year it's show up, and if you want to try. There's times that people in the audience get hypnotized, so even if you don't get picked and you want to try, the guy has brought people from the audience up if it's worked for them.
Yeah, super cool.
Yeah.
Is there any way people can grab last-minute tickets, or?
I believe tickets will be sold at the door as long as they don't sell out within the lunches and the pre-sale aspect, but tickets should be available at the door.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you. Back to you, Bram and Abbie.
Thank you.
Thanks, Grace. It sounds like the Hypnotist Show is going to be a big hit.
Tickets are available at all 3 lunches and are $15. Students can pay in cash, check, or Venmo at Dia-Bhattacharya. Consider attending to support the class of 2025. The event is open to the public, so students can bring friends, family, or anyone else they want.
On a more musical note, the WHS Soprano Alto Chorale, Concert Choir, and Chamber Singers have been hard at work preparing for this year's Massachusetts Instrumental and Choral Conductors Association, or MICCA, festival.
WHS is both performing and hosting the festival on April 4th and 5th, which will feature high school and middle school choirs from all over the state.
Choirs will be scored on their performance and have the opportunity to win gold, silver, bronze, or a medal of participation.
Let's turn it over to Sahana Karthik, who will be asking WHS Choir Director Ms. Greer some questions about MICCA.
Thanks, Bram and Abbie. I'm Sahana Karthik, reporting for the Lobby Observer, and I'm here with
Ms. Alyson Greer-Espinosa.
And so you guys are being scored on your performances at MICCA, and so how do the judges evaluate the choirs?
That's a great question. There is a rubric that is used that have different categories that the different adjudicators evaluate the performances. The adjudicators are mostly college professors from around the country that come to adjudicate these festivals. And the rubric talks about different things such as tone quality, balance, meaning can you hear all parts evenly, diction, meaning clarity of text or articulation, are they doing the accents correctly or the tenutos correctly, dynamic contrast. They also grade the repertoire if they believe the repertoire is age appropriate, and that through those different categories that you can get a 4, 3, 2, or a 1, 4 being the highest score.
Yeah, that's great. And how are you and the choirs preparing for this year's festival?
That's a great question. So not only the choirs, but the band and orchestras, we have been preparing since the beginning of January for these festivals. The high school band, both bands, both of the high school orchestras, 3 high school choirs, and also the middle school groups as well are performing at these festivals. And as educators, we choose repertoire that best fits our ensembles, that not only best fits them, but also will showcase their talents and also push them outside their comfort zone. And so we look for repertoire that is not only Western in style, but can also represent different cultures from around the world. So we've been practicing. The students have been working really hard, practicing at home and in rehearsal, memorizing their music, and getting ready for the festival.
Yeah, that's great. And of course, everyone's super excited that the
Yes.
choirs are going to be performing. Is there a way for the WHS community to watch these performances? And if not, is it being live streamed anywhere?
That's a great question. So the performances are next Friday, April 4th, obviously here at Westboro High School. And there is an admission cost. It's $5 for students and seniors and $10 for adults. What's great is that if a Westboro High School student chose to come to Friday to support the choirs in their performances, their $5 admission will also let them travel to see the orchestras or to see the bands perform at the other sites as well. So that $5 will go a long way.
That's great. We wish you guys the best
Thank
of luck.
you. Thank
Back
you.
to the studio.
Thanks, Sahana. Good luck to the WHS choirs performing this weekend.
March Madness is well underway, with the pressure building as teams approach the finals.
For this week's Tiny Mike segment, our reporters are asking WHS students which team they want to win the tournament.
This is Grace Bridges.
It's Sahana Karthik reporting for the Lobby Observer.
Today we're going to be asking people who they think is going to win the men's March Madness bracket.
Let's go.
I think Florida's going to win.
Duke. Duke's gonna win, I believe.
Auburn.
I think Florida is going to win.
Michigan State.
Duke.
I think Duke's gonna win the March Madness bracket.
I think Duke's going to win.
Duke all the way.
Thanks, Sahana and Grace. To keep up with all things WHS, be sure to follow the Lobby-O on Instagram and TikTok at @Lobby_Observer.
And good luck to our Rangers this week with their first games of the spring season. This has been Abbie Northrup
And Bram Lieberman reporting from Studio 33 at Westboro TV.